Been a good story for this horse. Very lightly raced, very well looked after all the way through its racing career, and it's starting to have a bit more consistent racing and toughening up. But it's always had good speed and always shown to have a good potential. And it's nice to see it winning here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. No, it's certainly been a model of consistency of late, and I think in the short term that I've been driving her, I think there's only been one sort of disappointing run, and all the rest have been, terrific efforts. So just gone from strength to strength with racing, and showed ability right from the first time I drove her. I thought that she might be able to get to the MO stage and win one day, and I didn't think she'd do it first crack down here, but terrific job by the team just to prepare her nicely, and she's gone from strength to strength.
She has, and great to see. And Mary and John have done a great job with the horse.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't think I'm out of school. Talking out of school by saying that I think he was starting to think that he might have been better off sending the horse sort of elsewhere to get it to this level to sort of win a race here in town. And I'm really pleased for him that he hasn't done that, and he's got the win on the board for him. So all his hard work's paid off.
Lovely drive by Chris Alford in a nice spot in the running line. Didn't use him up early, able to make his run 3 wide with just over a lap to go, and worked out very nicely, and he finished off really strongly. Well done, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. He's a lovely horse, and just goes to show Clayton and Emma have qualified for the final next week. So hopefully they're in with the big show.
Yeah, well, this bloke here just looks a pretty professional type horse. If he's in the right spot, he won't be far away.
Yeah, no, he's good colt, and draws will come down to it a lot next week, but he's racing really well, as we saw tonight.
Always shown to have above average ability, and certainly I'm sure Peter and Anita have been tested over a long period of time in his career, even though he's a 4-year-old, but I would imagine it feels like he's about 10-year-old for them. But he's he's got plenty of ability, and he nearly found a way of getting beaten tonight, but he got there.
Yeah, he's a couple of weeks ago he was just going plain, and they've done a good job to get him back to where he is now. And he just sort of couldn't see the other horse coming and knocked off when he ran to the front. But he's doing really good. They only work a small team, but they're all good to drive, and he'll keep getting better, I think.
Just sort of looking at him standing here, he looks like he's a nervy horse.
He gets a bit wound up. You can see he's just shaking a little bit now, but he's getting better and better all the time. Yeah,
and he raced against some pretty good horses, didn't he, through his age group, and he's proven to be more than competitive.
Yeah, for sure. He ran, and won a Breeders' Crown Consolation, I think, and then as a 3-year-old ran in all the good races, and he probably had his chance in the sires when he led, but he was a bit sick that night, so it's good that he's back in winning form. Yeah.
Well done, Jackie. I think the last time I spoke to you, I was looking up at you in the sky because you were sitting on top of a horse in the Monty, and nice to have you in the sulky for a change. I can look down at you for a change.
Yeah, no, it's great to be back here tonight and be sitting behind him. And I'd just like to thank Jody and Craig and the owners for giving me a drive on this horse. He's turned out to be quite a nice one for me to drive.
Yeah, it has. Well done to you. It's been a bit of a journey for you. I know we've alluded that you spent, you come from a very famous family who've been involved in harness racing pretty much for decades and had no choice but born into the sport, went through the pony trot races. You've been driving now for quite a while in the concession as a concession driver, and doing a lot more Monty rides as well, which has been very successful for you. And this is still a work in progress in the sulky for you, and going okay.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with how I'm going at the moment, and hopefully I can just keep improving from here and be up with the big guys one day.
That was her 7th lifetime start for 6 wins and a placing and a big performance here tonight. Mile rate of 156.9. She has taken off from where she left off. Mark, fantastic performance, having taken out the New South Wales Oaks, and her 2 runs back this time in. Good win at Shepparton, and brilliant win tonight.
Yeah, no, thanks, Rob. Yeah, no, she went super tonight. You know, her preparation leading into these races, they've both been great. You know, obviously she got the draw tonight over a couple of the better ones, but you know, you still got to win them.
Certainly got to win them. She's winning them all right. She's putting them away. She's only been beaten the one time so far, and certainly her record speaks for itself. There was talk that she was getting sold or has been sold. Where's she at?
Yeah, no, that's right. You know, it is hard to hang on to good fillies like this, but the money was just right, so we did sell her to American Interest, and you know, he seems pretty confident that you know, he's going to leave her over here for a little while.
Fair to say, both lightly raced, both look to be above average, and tonight this horse really went up another notch for mine.
Yeah, that's for sure, Rob. She didn't have, I don't even think she had a start as a 2-year-old, and she's come back, apart from one blemish in Sydney, she's, you know, had a really good season so far.
Very much so. Tonight, fairly steady lead time, 46.6, and you pretty much controlled the first 2 quarters. It was really the last 800 metres, but she was very strong and she's got a great turn of speed. And I suppose the question will now be, you know, over the middle distance, if it was a very, very hot run race, is she capable of standing right up to it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You know, she did it at Menangle when she got tired. It was a real fast lead, and I don't think she was right at the top of her game, but she's come back and she's had a few mile races, and I think that's toughened her up and give her some confidence now, because she just, you know, controlled it really well, and as you said, she got home 26.5 and you know, did it quite well.
She's got great gate speed. If the barrier draws worked out where she didn't draw favourably, can we see her unleashing a powerful sprint at the finish?
I think she would follow speed pretty good now. She's led nearly most of her races, but I'm pretty sure she'd, you know, if she drew bad and needed to sit, she could run home, yeah.
She's a lovely horse, and you got crossed at the start. You were 3 back the pegs, but I could see at the 400 you were seeing the openings appearing for you. And what we do know, she's got a terrific sprint on her, and she showed that tonight.
Yeah, we've been happy with her all the way through, and she hasn't had a lot of racing, but you know, fortunately tonight we got crossed, but we got a little bit of luck after that, and she finished off quick.
She had a nice trial coming prior to tonight. Obviously, you were just saying to me had a few little issues with the travel and took you a little bit longer to get here than you would have liked.
Yeah, well, just more just later in the week than we would have preferred, but obviously this filly handled it well, but I'm not so sure about the other filly.
What about this girl here? She's only had the 9 starts, and it's interesting because the 3 heat winners so far, they'll go into the final, and between the 3 of them, I think they've probably only had less than 20 starts.
Yeah, we had a little setback with her as a 2-year-old, and she missed all her features. I sort of hope we can catch up this year with it.
Pretty special season for this horse. He's had how many starts this season? 17? Oh no, 19. 19 for 6 and 4, and some big wins amongst them. And he continues to add to the picket fences and getting the job done.
Yeah, he does. He's just such a lovely horse, and you know, I think we've given him 8 starts for 6 wins. And the first start he galloped away, and then the second start he ran second. So you know, he's just been a marvel of a horse for us, and yeah, he's a stable favourite.
Well, he is. I can understand that. At the moment, it doesn't matter where you place him in the field. He seems to just continue to rise to the challenge. It doesn't matter what you give him. He lives up to it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what distance. You know, I think last week he was 2,700. This week 1,700. Last week a stand. This week a mobile. He just does it all, and he has to do it tough too. I think his last 4 starts he's had to sit parked every time, and as we know, in any race, particularly this grade, it's very hard to do, and he just keeps doing it. So yeah, we're wrapped.
It's a real credit to the standard bred, the pacers and trotters. You talk about the distance variations in their racing styles. If it was a thoroughbred, you just wouldn't be able to comprehend it, would you?
No, there's no such thing, is there? You're either like a short course horse, or you can, you know, get the Melbourne Cup distance. And yeah, it's just like you said, you know, they're just a great animal, and you know, the good old standardbred. Yeah, I'd much prefer one of those than the crazy thoroughbreds.
Recording his 13th win from 71 starts. Kate Gath for a second time in a row, and Hooney N, who's been chasing home Wirraloo School, Stars Align, and also Let's Strike the Goal. So there's some pretty good, strong form line coming into this race for this horse, and produce the goods.
Yeah, he appreciated being back down in grade, and you know, he still had to do a little bit of work out the gate, and then yeah, we took a sit, and he managed to sprint over the top, so it was good.
Yeah, came out of the gate, had a little look for the lead. That wasn't there, but turned out okay when the other horse came around and gave you cover.
Yeah, I was hoping he would come. That one would come give me cover. I didn't think there was really anything else that would pull out and have to, you know, we wouldn't have to come out. We could just wait and drive for luck and hopefully get out, you know, pull out when we wanted. And yeah, that was the case.
Well done, Alex. Nice to see Queen's Advocate here in Melbourne and winning.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. She's come over in great order from Tassie and had a beautiful run in transit and was too strong at the end.
We've seen a lot of the Tassie mares and horses over the years come across and be extremely competitive at this level. We've had some great horses over a long, long period of time, and no surprise to see a mare of this calibre. She was a Class 10 back at home and measuring right up to our MO grade.
Yeah, her form in Tassie's been quite good at late. She stepped away in the Easter Cup. She probably would have went close winning the Easter Cup as well. So she hasn't got the best manners from the stand, but it was a bit of a drop in grade tonight compared to what she's been racing against.
And she's staying here for a while?
I think so. I think the main aim is probably press on to the Queen of Pacific, something like that. But that's probably a step up for her. But she's 3 fence or 4 fence following speed. She's going to be thereabouts.
Nice to see it back in the winners list, but gee, had to earn it.
Yeah, no, he did. But yeah, no, I mean, as you say, he's been bursting to get back in the winners list, but that's the nature of the trotting caper nowadays. They've come on in leaps and bounds in recent years, and we're probably going to see that trend continue for some time. But nice horse, this one, got the good manners and yeah, well trained, so got a deserved win.
Yeah, and obviously this horse here is still very young in its age at the moment, still 4-year-old. It hasn't had a lot of racing, 14 starts, so there's plenty more to come.
Yeah, I think so. You know, he's a brother to a good horse my brother had. You probably remember the name of it, but he was a nice horse as he got older, so this one's sort of tending down the same track.
Vincent shoots clear now. Is this a star on the rise? Vincent brains them. Vincent by 15. How big was that, Vincent? That was outstanding.
Heaven Rocks Titan better. It's an all-stars show in the Auckland Cup, and Vincent too good.